Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 18. And the title for today is Action Plan. Okay, so yesterday I asked you to write a vision for each one of these categories. Let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, so yesterday I asked to write a vision, and you're going to write it for health, for spiritual, for family, for career, and for finances. And I just wanted you to write down one in for each one of those, okay? So if you finished that yesterday, now I'm going to give you the next step. Now, what's important to remember is that this is something that you follow through for 6 months to a year. Okay, this is not something that you would put down and you would just make this be in a week. That would be like a smaller project or a smaller vision or a smaller goal. This is something that's big picture. It may even be 5 years, but just keep in mind this should be an overall big target, okay, when you write it down on this sheet, because we're going to break it down into steps and we're going to break it down into projects. So each one of these are going to be considered a project. So you're going to have project 1 would be health, project 2 would be spiritual, project 3 would be family, or you can put it in any order that works best for you. But for me, it made sense and helped me to stay organized to break them down into projects. So that's how I identify what I'm working on. Because as you know, you might not be able to pick up your career project for a week or two, or maybe even a month, because you've been working so much on your family project or your health project, and that's okay. You just want to make sure that you do go back and evaluate and see where you are so that you have a balance and you're staying on target, because you don't want to focus 100% on health and then not look at the other things, because then all your other areas become out of balance, okay? But we are going to break these down into 5 individual projects. So let me go ahead and show you day 18 sheet. So here it is. It's the action plan. So for project 1, as I just explained to you, we'll put health right here. And then you will put down what your vision or your overall big picture vision or goal was for your health. And let's just say your big picture goal was to be healthy, active, and taking off your blood pressure medicine, okay? So there are some things that have to happen in order for you to do that. And so you need to sit down and think about, so what needs to happen in order for you to become healthy, so that the end result, the end goal is that you're not taking blood pressure medicine, or that your blood pressure medicine dosage is lessened. Whatever your big picture goal is, we're going to break it down into individual steps. And these individual steps are going to have completion dates, because remember what I told you before, it's one thing when you have these times when you've accomplished something and completed it and you don't recognize it. You got to start celebrating the small milestones, because the small ones lead up to big ones, okay? You don't just jump from here to a great big milestone. There were individual accomplishments that happened along the way, and we have to start celebrating those so that it keeps us motivated to keep going forward, okay? So health, get off blood pressure medicine, be more active. Action steps. Step 1, I would put right here, maybe work out 4 times a week for a month. Give yourself a small target first and accomplish that. And so then you'll say, okay, here's the date that I completed my 4 times a week for a month. But now I'm going to make some notes, because that didn't really work well for me. So maybe next time I should try 3 times a week, or maybe I should be a little bit more specific and say 4 times a week, 20 minutes each time I go, okay? Or the second step would be drink more water to help decrease my water retainment, all right? So we're gonna say we're gonna do a water goal. We're gonna do a gallon of water every day for 3 weeks. So for 21 days. So then you will put your completion date for your 21 day. Then make some notes on how you can incorporate that into your life moving forward. So you want to always have action steps in order to get this goal, okay? Because like I say, you don't just jump from today, oh, I'm gonna decrease my blood pressure and then tomorrow's decrease. No, there are individual steps that happen in between there, and that's the thing that we forget. But we also put a lot of pressure on ourselves because the blood pressure didn't get decreased, but we didn't have a plan in place in order to do that, and we weren't evaluating our plan to make sure that we're on track and we're holding ourselves accountable for what we said we were going to do, okay? So again, you have your action steps, you have your completion date, and then you have your notes. Let's say one of these steps didn't happen, and you said you were going to do it for 4 weeks, but you only did it for 3. So you will go down here and put completion, and then, okay, so this time I only did it for 3 because we have vacation, and I want you to go back and add it back in down here and do it again. Okay, so it's just holding you accountable and making sure that you have this, and you will do this for each one of these. You're going to do one for spiritual, you're going to do one for family, you're going to do one for career, and you're going to do one for finances. So ideally, this is going to take you longer than a day to complete, but that's okay. I just want us to go ahead and get started putting down those action steps so that we know where we are moving forward. Okay, well, that's the end of today. I will see you tomorrow for day 19, and we will talk about the other plans that we're going to do as we move forward. As usual, if you have any questions, please inbox me. I'll be happy to help. And these worksheets will be available on my website, which is www.drkmartin.com. Okay, all right, if you have any questions, looking forward to hearing them. Peace and blessings always, and I will see you tomorrow.